Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martin. Okay, so we are continuing the series of our videos. So today it's part 2, of which you're going to learn about different tool palettes which are available in Civil 3D, which help in it will help us in our design. So we'll start with the, as you can see on the top, there's the first part where there are different tools also that create new drawing, open, save. If you want to export your drawing, if you want to publish, print, and so on. And there's these tools also, they are outside here. Some of them, for example, this is what the first one is for new one. The second one is for opening folder. The next one is saving. This one is open from web. This open from your phone. This one is maybe to print. This is undo button. This is the redo button. So here it's different customization of the software. For example, if you want to switch into normal AutoCAD, that will be drafting and annotation. If you want to draft the 3D modeling, that's here. If you want to do Civil 3D, yeah. So for now we are going to opt for this one. Okay, so at the bottom also, as you can see at the bottom of these, there's also home, where most of the tools that we're going to use are located here at home. So even at home, there are several categories. For example, there's this one, the first one, which is palette. There's explore, create ground data. This one includes the points, surface. Okay, also there is another part which is create design. Here we include when you design the alignment, the profile, the corridor, the assembly, the pipe network. All of them, they are here in the create. There is also more of that. So in case you need other tools, you may find them here because we cannot put all of them here. Okay, then next there is profile and section view. So here you can find here. So after you create the alignment, the assembly, the corridor, you create the surface profile. Here is where you start creating the design profile and sample line, and finally you make the cross section. After this part, there is this part also, which for drawing purposes. So here you can find lines, cycles, the rectangle, different command which you may use in drawing, like normal AutoCAD. So here also in modified command, you may see also the tools that which are also in AutoCAD. And the last one is layer. Here layer, as you can see, if we open the layer properties, there's different layers. So in our case, we will start to create a groups of layer, of which it will include the only layers which we are going to use. So for example, in here you may see it is massive number of layers, so you cannot even, it's difficult to control them. So we create a group and customize it and use only in that group. Okay, then lastly there is clipboard, which there are several commands. There is paste command. Yeah, so there is copy, there is cut. This is because we are pasting, there are different commands also. So in case there is this paste one, which is normal paste, there is block paste, that is hyperlink paste, and there is also paste to the original coordinates, and so forth. So that's all for the home toolbar. Then next, this insert. In this insert, we can set different data from different sources. For example, the XML from the surveyor. You can import even the PDF, the Excel. So in here, you can input different data using insert command. Then next, there's this one, which is annotation, of which it will help in the production of the drawing reports. For example, here you can put some dimensions, then text, labeling text, and labeling, and so on. And then modify command, it's almost the same tools which are always in the AutoCAD. For example, this one, and this one, which you can use even to modify in the assemblies or the intersections. Okay, analyze, here it's where you can make also generate the report, for example, volume report, quantity of material report, and so forth. So basically there are a lot of tools of which as we go on we can learn one by one. We can explore one by one why we are using or when we are doing our design, because if you want to learn one by one, tool by tool, that we need another video or another time. So basically that's it for this tool palette. Also there's this one in case for home. There's, for example, this tool palette. See this one, it gives the, for example, in prospector there's prospector, setting, survey, and toolbox. For example, in prospector also you can turn it on here and off here in case you did not see this one, or in case this one disappear, you can always come home and click here and it will always appear. So here also in this tool palette, for example, in the prospector palette, there's different paths that are also in here. For example, this point creation tool, in case you want to create points, you can use here, or we'll cover that when we are starting in the next video, I think. So here for setting is where we can set our drawing according to our use or our need. For example, you can set the, let me show you. Okay, here drawing setting. So here you can set the units because it's in metric, so we always find this one in meter. But that is when you open the drawing. For example, if we try to open the drawing here, so you see this metric and imperial. Also in desktop you can find this icon for metric and imperial. But because we're using metric, we're using this one. But for English, we can use this one for imperial. Okay, so that's why here you can see if it's different, if you want different, or you find it fit, you want to change to meter, you can always change it here. Okay, that's so for transformation. There is another part for transformation, and so on and so on. So in case you want to do some settings for your drawing, you come here, unit and zone. So for zone, for example, this one, zone, it's let me show you, for example. For in our case, we are going to use this one, which is our zone, and the available coordinate system for me, for where we're going to deal, where our data is located. It's going to be 36 south. So inside this one, 36, and this is north, so it's 36 south. So we're going to pick this one, so apply and okay. So yeah, that is example of how we are going to do in setting. But also we can cover this one also in the next videos. But this one I was just trying to give you a hint. So see you. That's it for exploring Civil 3D. See you in the next one. Ciao.